And yes, sir! This is it! The beginning of the series. No fooling around, no fuss, just straight Age of Empires. We have Chato playing with Franks towards the northwest. We have Cito playing with Lithuanians towards the southeast. And for the civilization, starting with Chato civilization first, he's going to get with Franks. 20% extra HP on cavalry units starting in the fuel age. We're gonna have on top of that 25% discount on castles. Free farm upgrades, in addition to 15% faster working foragers, and for the team bonus 20% faster, actually 2 extra line of sight on knights, right? Meanwhile, Cito civilization will provide them with 150 extra food on a map like this. Double Arabia, where you're going to have 2 TCs to work with from the get-go, and we'll need to... Oh, by the way, I just realized this is not good. Sorry about that. There we go. There we go. Easy. Then on top of that, for Lithuanians, they'll get 10% fast movement skirm spear type units. As well as 1 extra attack on Knights and Lycha units per each relic garrison up to 4 relics for the team bonus. 20% faster working monasteries means that it's gonna be a little bit easier, a little bit faster, a little bit smoother for them to go and try and contest the relics. In my humble opinion, What's the Time is the second best Australian song ever, so I don't mind. Okay, okay. Duly noted. How are you guys doing? Are you looking forward to today? We have this one, and then after this series, we are going to cast a set of recorded games from earlier today, from the lower brackets. So we have 2 sets for the day. And yeah, everything looks alright. Seems great. We talked about the civilizations already. And we haven't really talked about the players themselves too much. Now, Chato has gotten here the same as Cito on scratch, in a sense. I mean, of course, it's not been perfect for the players, but they have done such a good job so far getting to this stage, and whoever wins over here is gonna move on to the tournament's grand finals with 1 win already under the belt. Whoever loses over here is going to get knocked down to the lower brackets final, I believe. And we'll take a look at the brackets, of course, after we are done casting both series from today, but... Oh! That is not the best doing for Cito, though! My boy. When the board a few tiles away from the TC, it's going to be rough for him. Taking a look at the map generation for the guys. Starting with the bull player towards the south. We'll see, or towards the northwest. We'll see the Chato's got first off. There we go. For the bull player, we are going to have the goal on the right hand side. And this north base of his, he's got the secondary goal towards the south. So all these are either exposed or forward, or too far away, right? And if we take a look at the left-hand side base of Chato, we'll see that the bull player over here, he's got the main goal towards the south. So this is not necessarily bad, but it's not going to be super safe. Now this one, the secondary goal up in the north, he could potentially be protected with some walls, especially if he tried to go for a full map wall, something like from here to here, right? Towards the edge, or probably not even that. Maybe something just like from here to here, here to here. And then from the wool line over to the other wool line over here, kind of connecting the dots over here, and then potentially going for something towards the TC. He should be able to secure some of the resources. Still not looking the best though, gotta admit. And taking a look at the map generation then for the red player. On the right hand side, oh, it's looking a little bit better for Cito, I would say. He's got the main gold towards the south, but then he's got the secondary gold even further towards the south, and it wouldn't be too difficult for him to protect himself, right? Something like this, potentially this as well. Would allow him to secure both these golds, potentially the wool lines as well, which is very important, of course. And then up in the north, we have another gold we have the stones over here, but these are going to be forward and kind of exposed. And if we take a look at the south, we'll see for the second base of Sito that he's got a back goal. So this is so much better compared to anything that Tato actually had. Yeah. Stones over here on the back. Interesting. All right. The annotations are not quite as visible currently, at the very least not until the new version of OBS comes out and the plugins that I utilize for the annotations are updated in a way that will allow me to enable drop shadows again, but should still give you a clear idea of what the map is looking like for both these players. FLH is here for Sito already. He's got Tato beat to it by a little bit. It's not going to make too much of a difference. Nobody's going to start putting too much pressure on the FLH. Most likely we'll see fast castle over here from both players, as is usually the case on these double TC star maps. And indeed, Tato's in the FLH, and he doesn't have quite as many resources to go up just yet. He's going for some spearmen. He's got a stable on the way. If Tato tries to make a play for the FLH over here, just keep on going for scouts, that's going to put him in a pretty precarious position, I would say. It wouldn't be the best. Sito instead. Sito's going up to the Castle H already. Tato doesn't seem like he's gonna try and go up though. But he doesn't have anything up in the north, so it's going to be just the one stable on the left-hand side. This is going to take so long for him to get a good amount of units out. A good enough amount of units out to actually do any damage with that I honestly don't think it's going to favor the bull player whatsoever. He's even struggling to catch up in worker count despite the fact that Sito is already on his way to the Castle Age. So the extra resources Sito began with over here certainly gave him an upper hand. Tato will indeed go up to the Castle Age. Now he's saved enough resources to do so. I believe he might have gone for a market. No, he didn't use a market. So he's just saved enough resources to go up to the Castle Age. However, he's going to be up so much later in Sito. As soon as he gets there, he'll start pumping knights, and we know this. There we go. Stonewall's coming up for Sito as well. No nonsense over here from the red player. Just full protection, and he's gonna be the one dictating the pace of the game. He's got two stables already, so we see double stable knight production. Tato instead. He's got still a single stable. He's going up to the Castle Age, so he's got some time to get another stable up. But going up so much later to the FLH, to the Castle Age for Tato is going to come at a little bit of a cost, for sure. There we go. Knights start taking on the spearman. Man, that was not good. That was not good. He does end up clearing the spearman for the most part though, but Tato gets enough time just to get the walls up himself. And here I was talking about the possibility of full map wall, to be honest. Sito wouldn't really have given Tato enough time, enough space to get something like that up. So Tato in the end is gonna go for a kidney bean kind of wall up in the north, and he's got the scouts, so he did go for a few extra scouts, and he's actually managing to do so much damage. Two villagers going down the south already from Sito. Tato scouts, while the red player on the other hand, he's got knights to work with, and he's been completely unable to find a single villager yet. Now, it's not over. There is a big push coming up on the left-hand side. Sito can no longer push up in the north because of Tato's walls. He's coming over the left-hand side. Let's take a look at Tato's point of view. Now he knows about the knights. He's got the spearman over there, but we have 3 knights over here. Tato shouldn't be able to defend against this amount of knights. However, he's got so many units coming out between the spearman and the knights coming out from Tato currently. Then Sito's gonna struggle for sure to get too much damage done over here. It was looking great until we saw Tato's newfangled knights come out over here and provide some additional defenses alongside the spearman. But now Tato's got the spearman completely out of position, and if Sito places his cards right over there, and he does. He's getting a villager kill over here, the first one, but it shouldn't be the last one. It shouldn't be the last one. Sito will take villagers down with his knights much faster than defensive knights from Taro will take the knights from Sito down, so keep that in mind. Be careful. Extra TC's coming out for both these players. Sito's got the third TC already up. He's going for the 4th TC now, and Taro's got the 3rd TC on the way only. And he's got a 4th TC on the way as well, so Sito should be able to at the very least keep up with villager production in any case. Ideally, he wants to go for bloodlines as well. Taro's units will be stronger now because of the free extra HP. So we need bloodlines for Sito to catch up over there, and ideally he will want to try and make a play for the relics. So he does have some monks over here. He's gone for a monastery down the south. And where are the relics? If Taro is smart, he's gonna try and collect some of the relics, especially now that he's got some map presence. And he's going for it. There we go. Beautiful. Because if he lets Sito collect relics, then Sito's gonna put himself in a much better position with the extra attack for Knights and Licha units. Alright. So there is one over here that Sito's got guaranteed, basically. Then there is one that Taro was collecting. There we go. And then there is another one up over here in the north, very close to Taro's base, over here. Another one as well. And the 5th one, I'm not really sure where it is. We're gonna take a look at it in a moment. Hey, Daniela. Hey, Teo, as well. How are you doing, guys? I'm doing alright. You know who's not doing so hot? Mr. Sito. He just lost 2 villagers over here to Taro's Knights, and so far the EcoKD is so one-sided for the bull player. See Licha coming out now for Sito. And boy oh boy. As much as I love Lithuanians, this is going to be kind of rough by the looks of it. And then the villager goes down. Yes, sir. We're going to see more villagers crumble over here. Yeah, and it's not particularly difficult for Taro either. Sito is starting to hurt over here a lot. And considering how much faster he was to the castle age, you'd probably be expecting Sito to be in a better position over here, but Taro's managed to pull himself back into this game in great form. In a fantastic way. And Sito, well, you can say the ball's on Sito's side of the court to take this game back, right? So he's got a 4 castle coming up. So then a bunch of villagers. Now, Taro's aware of this. Yes, sir. What is he going to do? He doesn't have anywhere near enough stone to go for it. He doesn't have a strong enough economy to buy himself a castle. If he sells all the wood that he's got, he might have enough to buy a defensive castle, but that will kind of tank his economy. So let's see. Yeah, he's selling everything. And he's... Well, that wasn't really too terrible, though. The prices over here were not too bad. He only ended up selling about 500 wood, and he was able to get enough stone to deny the castle. And here he comes with extra knights. Taro will clean up the villages from Sito. And if he doesn't, Sito will still have too low a villager count over here to go for a 4 castle anymore. So this has effectively been denied. And Taro's reaction over here has been nothing but flawless, and Sito is just giving up on the villagers over here. He's gonna keep on trying to make the play for Licha. He's got only the 1 castle left to produce from back home, and Taro's gonna keep on raiding over here. With 1 knight, he's already doing so much damage. And this has been the story of this game. Taro's managed to get so much done with so little, especially compared with Sito, who was up to the castle age faster, had knight production earlier, could not really do up anything up in the north against Taro, could not do anything on the left hand side, as Taro had already gotten to the castle age and had already gotten to knight production himself by the time Sito made the play for the left hand side. So it's yeah, pretty rough for Sito. He's got almost enough resources to go up to the Imperial Age, but going up to Imperial, when this is the military, you know, landscape of the game, is kind of risky from Sito. And if Taro was paying any attention to the score and realizes Sito was going up to the Imperial Age, because he doesn't have anywhere near enough resources to go up to the Imperial Age himself, this should be about the time for Taro to start putting some pressure on himself, and he's going to. He's got a 4 castle coming up over here. A few petards will allow him to come in straight through the walls, and he's got a bunch of knights over here. Hey Snowball, hi, and Whitebeard. Welcome, welcome you guys. What a light here, the monk stove from Charo. We'll get the conversions, and it's not enough. It's not enough for Cito now. He loses everything, down to 7 military units. Chado's doing everything that Cito wishes he could have done this game. With 4 castle coming up over here, to no villager losses. With full military lead over here, Chado should find himself in a pretty good position. Once again, once he gets the castle, he can go for a few petards, bust through, and then come in. And while Cito will be in the Imperial Age, he's gonna have 7 units to work with. 1 knight, 7 light shy. It's not anywhere near strong enough, and Chado kind of missed the chance over there to come in straight through the gate for a moment, but it shouldn't matter too much. And he's going for the petards. Yes, we know exactly what's coming up now. And it's not gonna look very pretty for Cito, who still keeps on getting raided on the same goal. This might be like the 4th, 5th time already. And Mr. Cito is getting raided around the same resources by the knights from Chado. Yeah. There we go. And here comes Chado. He went for the petards. And he's coming right in. The walls from Cito are just not working out. And Chado's on his own. Wait to the Imperial Age as well. With all the knights over here. Cito's economy is gonna be a disaster. On the right hand side, it's already been a disaster. For such a long time. I mean, take a look at that Eco-KD. 23 to 1. Eco-KD ratio favoring Chado. He's gotten 46 workers so far. Still getting 2 villagers up until this point. Sure, he's the first player to get to the Imperial Age, but he's only now going for Chain Bar and Armor. This is a Castle Age upgrade. Trevishy's on the way. He's building a little bit of a bastion over here, yes. Fortification for the Trebuchet to work out of and try to take the castle down over here. However, once Chado gets to the Imperial Age, he'll be able to go for double Trebuchet production from both these castles. I'm really enjoying your stream, so chilling, such a good energy all the time. Thank you, Daniela. Appreciate it. We try. And welcome our base as well. You're just in time, indeed. Here comes the counter push from Cito up in the north. Chado doesn't seem like he's going to take too many losses. Ends out losing about 4 villagers over here total in the light chai. Might end up taking the TC down. However, it seems kind of peanuts, right? A small drop in the bucket. If you take a look at Chado and his push, he's looking so much stronger here. There we are. Relic goes out over here for Cito. 0 relics for the red player. The 1 extra attack he had with the light chair over here is no longer. Yeah, and Chado, well, Chado's not going to struggle to defend over here too much. It's gonna keep on making Cito's economy a little bit of a joke over here down the south. Meanwhile, on the right hand side is the only area where Cito's really gonna be able to keep on working, and I'm really sure for how long. In the end, the Trebuchet doesn't end up taking the castle down from Chado, the one down south. Meanwhile, the blue player on the other hand is only now going for the first Trebuchet. It's going for Chemistry, Conscription, and Cavalier now as well. Meanwhile, Conscription is only coming in for Cito. There we go. Yeah, and I'm really sure how Cito comes back into this game. Well, he's got a good light chip production, so there is that. Unfortunately, without access to the relics anymore, doesn't seem like he'll be able to do too much with them as Chado. With Cavalier over here against Lycha is not going to struggle, especially as these are standard. These are not elite. Oh, these are elite actually, never mind. So that's a little bit stronger, but I don't think it's going to be enough, right? Especially if you amount for the amount of military units over here from both these players. Taro can just go head on against Elijah and should be able to come out on top. Cavalier from Taro taking one of the castles down, reducing Sito's production potential by 25% of the castle crumbles here. Sito's gonna be left on only 3 castles. Yeah, and Taro's going for gold shaft mining. We might see him get enough resources to go for talent. There you go. Beautiful, with the castle down already from Sito. Taro moves on to target the next fortification. And this puts Sito in a pretty precarious position. He already was kind of on back foot over here down south. By losing this castle, there isn't really much that he'll be able to work with in order to protect the rest of his economy. How many villages do we have for the red player over here? 22 villages. Well, 22 villages, only 15 of which will be able to protect themselves by garrison inside the TC. And given the production from Taro, the amount of Cavalier he's got shouldn't be too difficult for him to take the TC down and take a look at the biggest engagement of the game. The Cavalier swarming in from Taro on the right-hand side, and Sito is suffering so much, and Paladin is here. The GG's called. Taro dominated game number 1. And while it seemed as if Sito was actually ahead just a moment ago, going out to the castle age earlier, getting access to knights earlier, Taro manages to bring himself back into this game, take the lead and get game number 1. This is going to be 1-0 then for the Spaniard. In a best of 7, he's got 3 more games to take from Sito before he can claim a spot in the tournament's grand final. But Sito is not going to go down without a fight, of course. Better KD in the end for Taro, surpassing 3-2. For the economy, a stronger economy, getting about 19,000 extra resources, which is absolutely insane. It's actually very close to 50% stronger economy compared to Sito. And for society, well, a higher worker max count for Taro. Took the fewest losses in this game, losing about 13 workers. Meanwhile, you take a look at Sito, and Sito ended up losing 69 workers over here. At least he got the nicest losses over there, but let's go back. And there we go, guys. Welcome everyone then. I do not believe this was meant to be regicide. I'm just going to take a look at the handbook really quickly and see if there is anything that I am missing over here. Double cup. 3. Let me take a look at the handbook. Perhaps they have regicide for the final. Regicide mode just for the final. Let me take a look at it. Okay, so for the winner brackets final, yes, game number 2, it is 4 quarters regicide game mode. Indeed, it is included in the rules. This is meant to be played like this, apparently. Which means that each player is going to begin with 4 kings. All 4 kings need to go down in order to lose. Yeah, this is a fixed map, so they do not have a home map for game number 2. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you the whole schedule for the series over here. So game 1 is Double Arabia. Game 2 is 4 quarters, regicide game mode. Game 3 is home map of the player behind the score, or if 1-1, player A. Game 4 is a home map of the player behind the score. Game 5 is a home map of the player behind the score. And if a home map is left, otherwise, the other player's home map. Oh my god, there are so many rules over here. If 2-0, then the home map of the player who did not use a home map before. Oh, there's a bug. Tato's asking Sito if he's got a castle over here. Oh, alright. And instead of restarting, Sito decides to delete the castle over here, so the players are agreeing on having the same amount of castles as opposed to restarting the game. Interesting. Well, we know what to expect in the field already. And we are just going to keep the map information for in between the games so as to not to distract from this one too much. So Regicide for game number 2. Well, Sito's got Burgundians over here, Tato's got Slavs, and this is very interesting for sure, and certainly not what you're expecting to see, right? Usually, it's going to be full-on Hindustanis. Now, I'm not really sure if Hindustanis are banned, for instance. Nope, there is no information about that. So I think this might just be strategic from both these players to make use of these civilizations. If you take a look at Sito's point of view, he doesn't know where the castle is up in the north. He doesn't know where the castle is on the left-hand side. He knows about the castle on the right-hand side, and down the south, not so much. He's using the king over here to get some scout and information, Tato that is. And he's got the demolition raft already on the way. And the king, he doesn't know where the king is. And there we go. Come on, bow! All the villagers going down right there, and Tato's gonna keep on going for more damage. Let's see if he can get another hit. He can't. Goes after the farm over here. Is he going to go for more? He's going for more. Yes, Sito. It's only now getting to the fuel age. Meanwhile, Tato's already on his way to the castle age. And Sito's king over here is full stealth mode. And if Tato ever finds it, should be able to get one of the kings down in any case. And so far, nobody has lost a single king yet. Tato's got to be careful. Up in the north, Sito's got to be careful as well. Yeah, the generation was not the best. So here comes Tato. He's got the choice of taking the villager in the gate down. That will allow him to go in with the demo. If he was going the right direction, he would have been able to come in with the demo, potentially take the villagers down over here, but he doesn't seem to be paying too much attention over there, at the very least not after taking the gate down. So it's gonna be the end of the aggression down south. Meanwhile, Tato. Tato also going for the stealth king over here. Love to see it. Doesn't need to, he can just garrison this one inside the castle regardless. Or castle's coming up on the left hand side for Tato. He's the first player to get to the castle age, so of course he's going to take advantage of it. Oh, and check this out. We have detonates coming up for the bull player. This technology for the Slavs will make the castles cheaper. I think it's going to replace some of the cost with wood. Isn't that the case? And the castle comes up. If he's able to push Sito away from the stone over here, he's going to be the only player with the ability to go for castles. However, we saw Tato already put himself in a similar position in the past, and he struggled to make it work. We'll see if he can make it work this time around. Yeah, there we go. Sito's moving over to the left-hand side. Tato, well, shouldn't really struggle. Should be able to go for another castle on the left-hand side very soon as well. He's got one going forward down the south too. And Sito, well, Sito's got just the starting castles. That's about it. We have demolition ships right now as opposed to demo rafts. Tato, what are you doing? Oh, he was not paying attention over there. A little bit of waste of resources. You can just outpost down. Yeah, now here comes Tato. Here comes Robert. Bow! Big shot again. 6 villagers going down. Things slowly into the water. Man, such an insane player. Now, Sito's trying to go for the 4 castles himself. And Tato realizes about this. He's gonna go for his own castle. The difference over here as well is gonna lay in the fact that Sito, he's going up to the Imperial Age. So he's gonna be the first player to get access to trebuchets. And Tato, as he did not end up getting full control of the left quarter, he's not really gonna be able to stay ahead necessarily in castle count too long. Sito is doing a pretty good job. We still have all 4 kings, by the way, for Tato. Sito, he's got all 4 kings still. Here come the demos from Tato once again. Sito is paying attention though, yes. Tato's gotta be careful over there. Let's take a look. Another big shot. 2 more villages going down. A few extra villages going down over there. Left hand side. Now that Sito's got into the Imperial Age, he's going for a trebuchet to try and take Tato out of the left hand side. If he's able to do it, if he gets away with it, it's gonna be the other way around. And Tato's gonna be out of stone. Sito should be able to bring himself back into this game. This is a map in which Tato... It's kind of awkward because the previous series that we saw him play this map in, he started very strong. Ended up getting full control of the left-hand side quarter as well, but struggled to make anything happen afterwards. Meanwhile, yeah, over here it seems kind of similar as well, right? He's ahead in working count by a lot. He's got the boyars coming out now. He's not really managed to get full control of the left-hand side. Up in the north, it's going to be Sito, the one to put pressure. And Tato doesn't seem to be particularly close to going out to the Imperial Age anytime soon, so Sito's actually in a very good spot over here. Even if he's behind in worker count, even if he's behind the military a little bit, because Sito's got the much stronger units to work with right now in the Imperial Age. Trebuchets, right? Potentially bombard cannons even. If he ever goes for it, he's got chemistry already. Should find himself in a much better position. He does. He does. This castle's being trapped down south. This castle's being trapped up in the north. Down on the left-hand side, of course. Sito's gonna keep on trapping Tato down. And with this castle gone and this one about to go down as well, well, Tato's gonna be completely exposed, right? That TC cannot shelter any villages anymore. We have only some castles left down south over here. And Tato was able to push Sito away from the south on the left-hand side, but Sito's got plenty of extra space as well. Yeah, and Tato went for detonets basically as soon as he got to the castle age, but yeah, if he ends up losing control or losing presence on the left-hand side, he's not gonna be able to go for any more castles anymore. Here come the boyars from Tato. He's got chain bar and armor, so that helps a little bit, but Sito's got the Custier that he needs to defend himself against this, to defend the trebuchets against this. Now there's another castle coming out. Meanwhile, Tato's trying to go for another one, and it's certainly looking pretty damn rough for Tato. This is a castle drop map? It is. It is. We still have all the kings alive though. It may not be the case for much longer. This castle's going down very soon. The king's just chilling. Where are the Custier? Just gotta bring the Custier over to fight the boyar off. Well, the castle's still going down though, I think. Oh, Sito gets pushed away from here. Alright. That shouldn't really have happened if he had gone for the boyars over here with the Custier. It's very interesting that we have the Regicide game mode over here, but so far it doesn't seem like anybody's been able to make use of that too much, in the sense that like nobody's been trying to snipe kings. Taro is going to call the GG over here as is, and is not gonna wait for Zito to start taking the kings down. Honestly, by the time Taro ended up losing all the kings, he probably would have been dead anyway. So Zito is going to take game number 2 to equalize the series, guaranteeing thus a 5-game set at the very least. And Taro's struggled big time over here. Second time that we see him struggle on this map. Different game mode, same result. Taro goes down as Zito. In the end, gets a little bit of a better KD over here, about 21 to 20 for economy. Stronger economy for Taro. For society, we see a stronger worker count for Taro with a higher villager max count. He ended up losing about 24 villagers over here. You take a look at Zito on the other hand. He ended up losing about 31 workers. So Zito was on the back foot over here in terms of workers for sure, but it didn't matter. Taro found himself in a, you know, much worse position that despite having a stronger economy, arguably, or at the very least in worker count. Yeah. Well, welcome everyone to game number 3. This is what happens when you rely on third-party tools, right? The spectator dashboard is fantastic. There is no taking that away from it. But no piece of software is perfect, and I should have probably realized about this earlier. Favorite pet? I guess I gotta say cat. I love dogs too. I like both, but I probably favor cats a little bit. Alright guys, welcome everyone to game number 3. We do have Mongol Mirror over here. In the end, indeed, it is going to be the case that we have the same civilization for both these players. So this makes it very curious that we didn't see Hindustanis in the previous one. But anyway, what do we get? Both these players will get 40% fast working hunters with 30% extra HP unlike cavalry hussar and step lancer line units, 25% faster attacking cavalry archetype units, and for the team bonus, we'll see for Mongols also 2 extra line of sight on scout line units. So yeah, we are catching up. We are catching up. It's not too bad. We shouldn't be too far behind. For the team bonus, both these guys will get 2 extra line of sight on scout line units, and that is a little bit sloppy from Zito, losing the first scout. Losing the first unit in the game, losing a scout over there. There we go. And by the way, guys, the predictions are open. I see the message, Arbase. Is that something that I should take a look at right now, or in between the games, or after the stream, perhaps? So yeah, the predictions are open for the next 3 minutes and 5 seconds or so. You're gonna be able to use your channel points to predict who you think is going to win game number 3 to see who's going to get enter that to the game. All right. Yeah, to predict who is going to win game number 3 and get the lead in the series over here. So fuel age is here for Taro already. We might go down to 1x playback speed once again if we see a few scouts coming out from Taro and they start approaching some explosive economy from Zito. He's got the stable already on the way, of course. Zito seems to be thinking of fast castling over here right away. Now this might be risky because going out to the castle age straight is going to leave you kind of exposed to potential scout pressure, right? So we see scouts already on the way for Taro. He has almost enough resources to go up to the castle age himself as well, though. Zito ended up just losing the second scout a second ago. And there we go. Taro's gonna be the only player left with scouts over here with 6 scouts actually, 4 up in the north. Taro's got a good amount of units to punish any exposed economy from Zito, but the red player is being extremely cautious over here, bringing all the villagers back from hunting back towards the TC. So Taro's gonna keep on roaming around. Now Zito's the first player to click out to the castle H, and Taro does not want to go for the castle H himself. He was very close to having enough resources. In the end, decided to start going for extra upgrades for the scouts, extra units as well. And we'll see if Taro can clutch it up. In any case, whenever Tato makes the decision to go up to the castle age, he should be in a pretty good spot, because with Mongols, his food income is going to be very, very quick. And there we go, here comes Tato, the quick walls from Sito. With it on time, but they were not strong enough, and now the 2 villages going down. Already from Sito, make that 3 villages, make that 4 villagers for sure, make that 5 villagers in a moment. He's got it? Yes, sir! And this is what I'm talking about. Tato's 9 workers ahead. Now, this doesn't really compensate, though, for the Castle Age research time over here. He should find himself already about 11 workers ahead. And now he is. Now he is. Now I'm liking it a little bit better. That's another villager going down, and Tato's going to keep on going for more. He's on his way to the Castle Age, as expected. Didn't take him too long to click up. And that is another villager going down, and Tato's disrupting Sito's economy pretty heavily. The red player now is going for a 30C on the left-hand side. It's going for a castle on the right-hand side. He doesn't have a stable. He doesn't have a barracks. Sito cannot really do anything from this position until he gets the castle up. And even then, he'll be constrained by his very low production potential. Having only a single castle to produce mango from, and Tato once again though is going to destroy the walls. Sito gets them up on time, but they are not strong enough. And that's more villages going down. And this 2C is not getting denied. Not here, not now. But it's certainly coming at a great price as Tato pulls a 14 worker lead against Sito. Albeit only 30 seconds away from the castle age, and now this is looking a lot more like it as Sito. Why does he have villages exposed, man? It's gonna be so rough for the red player right now. He's lost 12 villages. Meanwhile, Tato seems like he ended up losing 1 to Gaia earlier. But this is just disaster. In the end, Tato's play for the field age over here was just so much more effective, and now he gets to the castle age. So Sito doesn't even have the technology advantage anymore. And the red player is not gonna call the GG just yet because it's got the castle and Mango production commences, but this is so late though. Seems so little so late. Tato has got the 3rd and the 4th TCs on the way already, so it's gonna be ahead in TC count compared to Sito. Doesn't seem to be particularly interested in going for Mango whatsoever, to be fair. He's got Step Lancers on the way instead. This is the villager kills, but the worker efficiency from all the idle time. Yeah, take a look at this. Movement economy for Sito is so high. His entire villager fleet, so to say, his entire economy has spent over 30% of their lifetime just moving. Not collecting resources, not building stuff, just moving around. Trying to run away from, Tato's units. And that is a very uneventful GG in the sense that nothing really happened in the last 5 seconds or whatever for Sito to really be prompted to call the GG, but he just realizes how far behind he is, and it wouldn't have been a bad call for Sito to call the GG. Basically, ever since he got to the castle age already, on such a villager disadvantage, Tato was looking so much stronger. So well played! Tato's going to be the one then to take game number 3 over here and get the lead in the series, and that was an extremely quick game. Actually, I think we probably ended up waiting longer than we cast the game over here. Very nice KD in the end for Tato. Is going to be 9 to 1 KD ratio. Of course, for economy, we know that is actually a little bit higher even, right? Whereas the Eco KD over here. So Tato lost a single villager, but it was not to Sito's pressure. And he ended up getting about 15 workers over here. Yeah. Well played. Not even close. And we are in game number 4. This time for realsies. Third one's a charm. And Mr. Tato is getting the TC up much earlier this time around. Or at the very least compared to before, right? Not necessarily earlier compared to Sito. As a matter of fact, I think both probably got the TCs up at about the same time. This time around, Sito does have some fish over here to collect from, and Tato does have some fish to collect from. Tato's looking a little bit better though. He's got 2 fish over here, meanwhile Sito's got a single one. And if he wants to collect from this one, that's going to entail some walking time over here for the villagers. Regardless though, it doesn't seem like we are going to have a restart anymore. And this is what we get, for real. So let's go and take a look at the civilizations. Tato's playing with Japanese. He's going to have thus faster working fishing ships, 5, 10, 15, 20% faster working, the Dark Field Castle in Imperial Ages. We're gonna have for Tato also a 50% discount on drop-off buildings. As well, it's 33% faster attacking infantry units. Started in the fuel age, and for the team bonus, 50% extra line of sight on galley line ships. Sito playing with the Portuguese instead gets 30% faster research and upgrades, as well as 10% extra HP on navy units. A 20% gold discount on all units. Access to Fateria, of course, and then for the team bonus. The team bonus is going to be actually for team games for the civilization. So far, both these players are looking kind of neck and neck. Tato's behind still, though, but he's catching up. Yeah, same work count right now with the fishing ships and the villagers coming out. Tato's able to bring himself back into this game. What to expect then? Both guys have gone for the TCs already on the mangrove, so nobody's going to be particularly safe against water units, which means that both these players will be kind of compelled to go for navy units for sure. Tato, he is the first player to click up to the fuel H, and Sito seems to be thinking of making a play for a fast castle over here instead. What is he doing? Sito, brother, what? That is not good. Tato can garrison the villages in the TC. They should know. They should know that they can garrison the villages, right? I believe after a certain time, you can just garrison your TC and kill enemy villagers anyway. So this is not the best for Sito, if I'm not mistaken. But Tato's not garrisoning now. Sito's just trying to push Tato away from the fish over here. He's been getting so much free food though. One of the reasons why Tato is able to even click up to the village in the first place. Once he gets to the fuel age, then we'll see Tato start to go for fire galleys. He'll go forward, try to put some pressure. Might be able to get some of the fishing ships down. If he's unable to get the fishing ships down, he'll probably end up still pushing those units away, though. Yeah, and we have the fire galley coming out for Tato. An immediate tower is on the way now as well to protect his food collection on the center. And this tower is going to have enough range to push the villages away from the wood over here when he gets fletching, but not too much. And Sito's coming over. Tato's got loom already, so he shouldn't really struggle against this too much. Yeah, and take a look at that. Sito completely ignoring the TC. Well, now with the tower up, he definitely won't be too compelled to go and fight Tato's villagers off too much. Where are the fire galleys? Oh, Tato canceled it. He's starting to go for a standard galley instead. He's got only one now, though. Next tower coming up on the right-hand side as well. This one will definitely push Sito away, and their player already has vision of it, so he's just going to walk away. He's collecting stone a lot, so this will be in the end the fast castle player from Sito that he'll try to get to organ guns as well, but well, he's got a good amount of stone. He doesn't have anywhere near enough food, enough gold to try and play for the castle age, and especially now that Tato's coming forward with the galley. These fishing ships, which are an integral part of Sito's food economy, are going to become a lot less efficient as well. Right hand side. Villager fight. Seems to be going a little bit better in favor of Sito though, as Tato is just trying to get more towers up around. Just trying to prevent that. Another tower does come up though, up in the north. And still, well, he knows about it now, and he knew about it when it was coming up too. Taro's just making this economy from Sito so bad though. So many villages over here. From Sito. Just idle, right? And Taro's pulling the weak villagers back. Mind not losing a villager over here though. Oh, not quite. Sito cannot manage to block the villager. So Taro walks away over here. He is 5 workers behind right now, still, yes. You know what? He might actually end up taking a village down over here for Zito. And man, this is just disaster for the red player. Taro's doing such a good job. Not only in this game, but in the series in general, he seemed much more comfortable in these maps compared to Zito. Well, the castle age is on the way for the red player. Well, Taro's got certainly momentum right now. With the galley, he'll be able to take the fishing ships down for sure. That's not even the end of it. And here comes the demos. He does not pay attention. Now he is. Just in time. That could have been absolutely massive for Taro. Hey, T-Bot. Hi, hi. Welcome back as well. We're doing all right. Yeah, and this is such a good game so far for Taro already. Starts to pull ahead as expected, as Sito's going up, of course, and more villages going down, man. And Taro's bullying Sito out of the resources with 2/3 the villager count that Sito's roaming around with over here, and this is just disaster. Sito's not even gonna be able to go for the castle once he gets to the castle age. He got pushed away from the stone. Taro's doing so well over here. You know, there's nothing special about Taro's villagers. Sito could just turn around and fight. He's got more units. He's got better numbers as well. He's just not doing it. Trying to keep the villagers idle over here from Taro is actually resulting in a lot of extra idle time for Sito. And once again, if we take a look at the eco stats over here, you'll see that Sito's got, once again, over 30% of his economy in movement time. It's looking pretty much GG at this point. Even Taro's still in the fuel age. It's kind of similar to what we saw in Double Savannah, right? Taro might be 1 age behind, but he's in such a good spot. Still ends up buying what he needs to get the castle up, and Taro's here though with the villagers. And over here, Taro does actually have a comfortable amount of villagers. As Sito, so he's denying this castle. Guys, the game is over. Taro is gonna be 3-1 up against Sito. All he's gotta do is just individually target villagers with the villagers he's got over here. And there is no way on earth that Sito manages to get the castle up, so it's going to be 3-1. I think. Oh, wait. More villagers coming in over here from Sito though. Not call it too soon. We have archers over there for Taro, but the castle's coming up. Still though, this population is so massively skewed. Favoring Taro, of course. Well, if he doesn't pull the villagers away, he's going to lose a bunch over here, so that allows Sito to catch up. And in the end, with a few extra villagers, a little bit of help, Sito manages to get the castle up. And what does he do now? Organ guns on the way, Taro. Taro should be on his way to the castle age very soon himself as well. Yeah, and he's still the one looking stronger though. Organ guns can do a lot still. They can. We'll see if Sito can manage to get any damage done. Right hand side. Yeah, all the villages going down for Sito once again. There's just so much to catch up for. Will Berbers be good in this map because all the early villagers fights? You do not necessarily need to fight with villagers early on. So you can go for Berbers if you are hoping to engage into villager battles. Otherwise, I don't think it's necessarily the case. We saw oftentimes this map be a much more uneventful game compared to this one. But yeah, they could be good. They could be good. As a matter of fact, we actually saw Berbers a few times on this map. Poles will be broken. Berbers and poles could be fantastic for this kind of stuff, but it's not necessarily the way to play the map. Yeah, more villagers going down. Well, organ guns are strong, man, but they're gonna be able to perform miracles. We have 3. Should be enough for him to one-shot villagers. And Castle is on the way for Chatters. It's gonna be there in a moment. The score already says quite a lot, right? So if you're in Sito's position, you realize how far behind you are. If he doesn't call the GG by the time Tato gets to the Castle Age, I'm not really sure what he's going to wait for, because right now it's looking so one-sided. Not even Navy units coming out for Sito, so Tato is completely fine even with Fuel H Navy. Yeah, no problem. That is not necessarily the way to play this game. This map, that is. We saw very different playstyles on this map in many of the other sets that we saw, but if you are hoping to go for full villager aggression, certainly Poles or Berbers will be very good. And we see that be the case also in many other maps, of course, that do favor villager aggression a little bit more. And yeah, 40 seconds here for Tato to get to the Castle Age himself. He's got Demolition Rafts still coming up. And where are the organ guns? Alright, we have 2 on the right hand side. Taking archers down, not doing much of anything. And where are the rest? Left hand side? Yes. He's pushing Tato away from the gold. Castle Age is here for Tato. Sito doesn't want to call it right away. But this puts Tato in such a good spot though. Once he gets the War Galley upgrade, with War Galleys and Balkan Arrow, he'll actually be able to outrange the TC, which means that he can take the TC down over here and push Sito away from these resources. Can potentially go for the Crossman upgrade as well, and so long as he stays away from the organ guns, shouldn't be too difficult because of the low mobility of this siege. Might be able to push the villagers away from these resources with War Galleys, and then take them down with crossbows from land. We'll see. Sito's already anticipating something like that though, so he is bringing the organ guns up to the north. University coming in for Tato as well, for ballistics. And big shot though! Big shot from Tato, and that was very cost effective. Let's actually go back a little bit. Bow! And check it out. Fantastic. And as expected, we have the War Galleys sailing on from Tato. Very soon he's gonna start targeting the TC, and yeah, this one is a gunner already. So what does Ito actually have left? Well, this is it's in the middle of nowhere, right? So definitely wouldn't be the TC for him to produce villages from. And here come the archers. As expected, Tato's gonna try and make a play for this. He's got the crossman upgrade now. Because of Balkan Arrow for the galleys already, he's in a fantastic spot to start taking villages. He's just gotta keep away from the organ guns. And then he's going to take the TC down with the War Galleys, with the fire ships. And then he uses the War Galleys to push the villagers away from the shoreline, and the crossbows to take them down. Tato and Dylan ships, never more iconic duo. Yeah. Viper quick walls, ruin TCs are probably just as iconic. Oh, Max and Paladin. Max and Paladins, yes. For sure. Although he's been struggling competitively, Max is still going to be known for the TL Paladin spam in team games. For which I'm very much looking forward. There we are. To the next team game tournament. Yeah, there we go. TC goes down, right away. So now Sito's left on a single TC, and he doesn't call it yet. Chato is going for a third one down the south. And what can Sito really do, though? He's got 9 organ guns. There is so much catching up to do over here. He's got to take 31 workers just to catch up to Chato. And that is without taking into account all the massive advantage that Chato's gotten up until this point in gather economy time. So even if Sito somehow miraculously was able to get 30 plus villagers with the organ guns, Chato would have collected so many extra resources up until this point that I don't see how Sito comes back from this anyway. Even higher movement economy percentage over here for Sito compared to before. Is gonna try and get a castle forward. This one is coming up, yes. Chato, because of the extra TC he was trying to go for down the south, shouldn't struggle too much. Oh, in the end he ends up canceling it though because of the organ guns. He's going for the TC on the right hand side instead. Yeah, and Sito calls it GG. Well, he gets a castle up. This is kind of uneventful. Once again, pretty similar to the previous game. You could have seen Sito realistically call the GG at any point in time between now and when he got to the Castle Age, honestly, or even before he got to the Castle Age after he took so many losses. So Chato's looking unstoppable over here. The Steamroller is gonna get game number 3. Is gonna get the 3rd point in game number 4 rather. And Sito's you know, on the ropes. One more game from Chato. Kill and blow will be enough for him to move on to the grand final of the tournament and to knock Sito down to the lower brackets. A little bit better than 5 to 3 KD ratio for Sito. We're going to see for economy as well in the end. A stronger economy for Chato. Yes, collecting about 6,300 extra resources. Society, a stronger society for Chato, and no matter how you slice it, it was looking better for him. Villager max count. Total produce villagers versus the final amount of villagers at the end of the game. And while Sito was looking a little bit stronger over here, just barely, right? Just barely. For a very, very small amount of time. Okay. Let's not transition, apparently. Sorry about that. And here we are, guys. Welcome everyone then to game number 5. Match point already. Chato, struggling only on 4 quarters this series, has been otherwise extremely dominant against Sito. And for game number 5, we are going to have Venice Pest. I really like how this map looks for the most part. And we have Byzantines for Chato and Sito's playing with Koreans. For this top bit in the semis, dark. So taking a look at the civilization bonuses, we're going to see that Chato with Byzantines gets first off 10, 20, 30, and 40% extra HP on buildings. What?
Yes.
Finish fast, please. I need gold. Oh, the dogs. Yeah, there we go. Sito was actually waiting for Chato to finish building it. Yeah, there we go. He was waiting with the junk. He's going. He's going. And yeah, besides the extra HP on buildings, depending on the age for Byzantines, we're gonna get a 25% discount on Skirm Spear, Camel Rider units. We're gonna take a look at this in a moment, but let's go through the civs first. Besides that, they get a 33% discount to go up to the Imperial Age. Free Town Watch for Town Patrol. As well as for the team bonus, Byzantines will get monks that heal units 100% faster. Sito Civilization instead, with Koreans will get 3 extra villagers. 3 extra, line of sight and villagers. As well, he says peace and Chato says no. 3 extra line of sight and villagers. They get tower upgrades for free. So guard tower, keep are instantly researched for free already for Koreans. They get free archer armor upgrades, as well as a 20% wood discount on military units except for siege weapons. And then finally, we'll see for Koreans for the team bonus 1 minimum range only on mango line units. So, what are you talking about with this finish fast, please, I need gold, and then just trying to make this a peaceful game? They're talking about the prospect of water trades. Because this player is going to begin already with 2 junks, these are basically like trade cogs, and they will allow you to collect gold by trading with your enemy's units. And take a look at this though, Sito! Sito is the blocking Taro over here. He's going to control the access to his market, or dock rather. And in the end, Taro's just going to walk away. There we go, Sito realizes. It's unfortunate that in the end he doesn't trap the junk, because that would have been really good, as Taro wouldn't be able to trade with any other jugs, right? Meanwhile now, as Taro managed to get the junk out over here, he could potentially go for a different dock elsewhere. Sometimes what we see is players go for the dock from the left-hand side or up in the north over here, around the TCs over there instead. Because there is plenty of fish, and over here as well you can see a lot. Right? Wait, is this running out on its own? What? Why? I don't remember this being the case. Okay. What happened over there? Oh, no, it was not running out on its own. But who was collecting? Oh yeah, I had this selected, right, too. Never mind. And we're gonna see now Taro go for the same. We have only 2 docks around, right? 1 per player. And they're gonna try to control access to them on their own. So they're trying to keep it friendly over here. Taro not answering back. Determined to take this game, and he's not here to make any friends, you know? Yeah, there we go. Now Sito's gonna be trapped, and this is kind of awful for him, because unlike Taro still has the junks out, and he can still, you know, trade from the other side. Meanwhile, over here, Taro's done a little bit of a better job, so he's taken on the idea from Sito over here, but he's improved upon it by completely surrounding the dock, and then he's able to protect his economy. I am not 100% sure, but I think the terrain over here, the shallow, might not allow you to build on top of it. Only this kind of teal water. And that means that maybe Sito wouldn't have been able to surround the dock over here. And that's because of the location that he's built the dock on. Because he could have gone for the dock a little bit further southeast, and then he would have been able to surround it. Castle Leaf's gonna be here for Taro very soon. Meanwhile, Sito took a little bit longer to click out to the fuel H. So he's only now getting to the fuel H. He's going to be on his way to the castle H very soon. Taro, on the other hand, has done a really good job staying ahead. Now we have even a fire galley coming out for Taro, so he's going to try and take the junk down. No mercy. No mercy whatsoever. Mistrat, rush upon gates to open the trade gate for your junk. Right. Yeah, well, in the end, Sito will manage to kind of protect, though, his dock over here and make it very impractical for Taro to get any trade going, right? By going for the gates over here. Here we are, nice. Beautiful. Castle Age is here for Taro. Meanwhile, Sito is still on his way up. Taro very soon is going to take down the Palisade Gate. So Zito's trying to go for extra walls over here, and yeah, Tado's just gonna try to keep this open. And in the end, it turns out that you can actually build on top of this terrain, this shallow terrain, so Zito could have gone for the walls beyond the dock over here and completely protect himself. But here come the units, the fire galleys, the scouts. Is gonna try and take the gates down, and that means the fishing ships from Zito need to flee the area. They're going to sail away. A bunch of villagers coming over from Zito is being collecting stone quite heavily, so it's gonna go for a castle drop. Very close to Tado's south DC. Majority of Tado's economy is going to be on the left-hand side instead. And there we go, the castle's coming up, so Zito's gonna be the one to put the most pressure on land. Well, in the end, Tado is going to be the one to put the most pressure on water, but he still needs to take the fishing ships down. It's gonna take some time. He's going for it now. Well done. Beautiful. Because he doesn't really have any villagers over here, that DC isn't doing much of anything. All that this map is missing is a giant cruise ship sailing around. We have so much going on, true. Demolition ships coming out for Tado. You're expected to see this? Let's see if Zito's paying attention. Bow! 5 villagers going down right there. He's coming in with a second demolition ship as well. And if this isn't going to prompt Zito to be a little bit more cautious roaming around with the villagers, I don't know what will. Man, what an interesting game we have seen so far. Here we go. Turtle ships coming out for Zito. Hey, you wanted to see the cruise? This is as close as you're going to get to an actual cruise in Age of Empires. Do you know how many people are inside? Well, take a look at the oars. And the castle's coming up now for Zito up in the north, on the left-hand side rather. And Tado won't be able to deny this one. Yeah, technically Theory Sedai, and I think also the dragon ships, aka lone boats, also have some oars, but I'm not sure which one's got the most. Somebody will have to go and take a look at it and see if it's the Theory Sedai or the turtle ship to have the highest amount of oars. Tower coming out for stones. He's just going for full push over here. Full fortifications. And Tado's looking stronger for the time being for economy and for military, but the vast majority of his economy is going to be on land. The vast majority of his military is going to be on water. Zito's also going to have the majority of his economy on land. His military, though, is almost non-existent. He's got war wagons. Here's that sticker. I think it is, yes. I don't know how many oars it's got, though. Oh, shit, sorry. Sorry, misclick. More towers coming in, Zito. It's gonna keep on gaining ground. However, Tado seems to be, by and large, unaffected by this. Well, this is not good. Tado's been losing some villagers when he's not paying attention to the units, right? Yeah, if it weren't because of it, he would probably be completely unscratched. Meanwhile, Zito's been losing fishing ships. Now we see some villages going down. Tado's gonna start putting some pressure on land finally. He's got 2 scouts in the night over here if he roams around. Should be able to find a few extra villagers exposed elsewhere. Another one goes down for Sito. The new longboat model has no ore, sadly. Back in the day, I don't know if this is just a thing about the Spanish translation or if they changed the name of the unit, but I remember it as a dragon ship from the AOC days. Do you know if that is because of a different translation or if it's probably just because it was called dragon boat in Spanish only? Was it Spanish only? I think they were always longboats. That makes sense. Yeah. One TC has gone down for Sito. He's gonna be left on one over here from the starting ones, and then he's got another one up in the north. He's got another one down the south over here towards the east. So it's gonna be 3 TCs for him. Meanwhile, Tado's on 4 TCs. And here comes Sito. He's going underneath the TC. What is going on over here? The red player is going to lose all the villagers that do not get converted over there. I don't think he had vision of the TC, did he? No, he can't see it. With the guard tower, he can't see it. So going underneath the TC over here must have been a misclick. Either that, or he was expecting Tado not to have any villagers around the TC, and he was hoping to go for an extremely aggressive castle, perhaps beyond the TC over here. Tado forced to leave the stable as the knights were trapped on the left-hand side. And then up in the north, Tado still has a knight over here. Sito's gonna take the engagement. He's gonna try and box. Yeah, and Tado's walking away. Just drawing a little bit of idle villager time. Well, now he's taking the engagement. He will get a few villages down over here. The knight takes a lot of time to go down, so he does not only get an idle villager time over there, but he's also going to end up losing a few villagers in the process too. That was actually very good for Tado, and honestly, everything's been going pretty well for him this series so far. He's got a defensive tower, and he's just playing full defensive over here. He's got a defensive civilization, makes sense. He probably clicked on the other side of the wall. Oh, could be. Yeah. He will go down over here. So those gonna be left on 2 TCs only. Tado. Still on 4, not losing from all of them. But he's just playing full defensive over here. Eventually though, Tado does want to make a play for the center islands. This is where we're gonna have all of the gold. If you take a look at the resource view in the minimap, there is only this gold available for Tado to keep on collecting from. After this one is out, then he's gonna be out of gold until he makes a play for the center. So Tado's been collecting stone. He's gonna be able to go for a castle very soon because he's got a much stronger economy compared to Sito as well. He should also be the first player to go up to the Imperial Age, and he's got almost enough resources. Here come the demos. As Sito's paying attention, he takes them down. Well done. Turtles will stay up for the time being. How long though? That's the question. Tado, once he gets to the Imperial Age, he can go for fast fire ships with Byzantines. Those are so strong. Nice pressure coming in from Sito. Finally getting some damage on water. There we go. Turret goes down. Left hand side. Still putting a little bit of extra pressure over here. Tado very soon is going to be in the Imperial Age himself. Doesn't seem to be particularly interested in going for the castle right away, though. Without a castle, they're going to go for choices and stuff. Still going for another castle, and this is a ballsy one. We have camels here. We have the conversion come up and connect against the war wagon. That's going to be enough to push Sito away from here. It's got the turret ship still, though. So So he ends up cleaning this up, and we'll see another attempt for the castle, but this is not good. Tower already came out for Shadow. He's gone for guard tower as well. So Zito ends up getting pushed away over there. Is he don't want to keep on playing over here once Shadow gets to the Imperial Age? He's obviously not dead by any means, and he's got most of the map control. But you know, man, once Shadow gets to the Imperial Age and he's got a castle on the way finally, he's gonna get access to so much stronger units. He is putting pressure still on water. With fast fire ship, the turtles are not going to be strong enough anymore, and with the castle coming out for Shadow is gonna be the only player with access to trebuchets. He's got chemistry coming in immediately as well, so you can go from bar cannons too. Yeah, ideally Shadow would have wanted to get the castle up before he got to the Imperial Age, but Zito's on his own way to the Imperial Age. It's not too bad. And this could very well end up being kind of like 4 quarters has been for Shadow, where he gets ahead technically in population, both for military and for economy, but still struggles to seal the deal, and then Zito's able to take the game anyway. We'll see. Extra DC for Zito. It's gonna be the third one for him. Shadow's still on 3. And he's got the castle up already, so we had 2 trebuchets queued up. And the first one is coming out right away. There we go. Chemister's just finished researching for Shadow as well, so he could potentially make a play for bar cannons if he wanted to. And he's got the siege workshop, so he can go for it. To be fair, I think I'd prefer Zito's position. He's been the one putting the most pressure, yes, but now Shadow should be able to start taking the castles down and try contesting the center. Bar cannons are on the way now for Shadow as well. He does have a stronger economy, stronger military count. It's gonna take some work, some time for Shadow to effectively push Zito away, but he should have the tools over here, especially with the head start he's got into the Imperial Age. He's got the second turret already out. There we go, and Zito's going for the trebuchets himself because he's got 2 castles he'll be able to produce at the same rate as Shadow, but still needs to compensate for the head start to trebuchet production, and that means that Shadow's still looking a little bit stronger over here. And to be fair, this castle's going down. There we go. We'll see only 1 trebuchet coming out from Zito. Well, no, he's producing the trebuchets from the left-hand side, so he's gonna try to push from the west down the south instead. Yeah, and the trebuchets from Zito are just sitting idle though. Oh god, Zito is going for it again. Sending the villagers forward. This is... I really don't get it though. He's been doing this all game. Just sending villagers to their death. He's trying to buy himself some time. Trying to distract Shadow perhaps. Yeah, not really going to achieve too much of anything. Oh god, that was a big shot. Let's actually go back over here. I want to take a look at this once again. Check this out. Trebuchets against turtles. These are as big as buildings, man. And we see the double shot come up over there, and... Ow! Both their ships going down right away. Fantastic. Does seem more like misclicks, the waypoints from TC. Yeah, I think it's gotta be a misclick, right? I honestly do not see why still would send the villagers forward. There's no reason. Shadow's going to take the castle down over here. It's coming in with a mini train of pain right there. And the game is not looking particularly good for Zito over here to speak up. Castle's going down, and he doesn't seem to be able to defend his position. Yeah, because simply put, once again, his economy is so much smaller. It's only now starting to go for some Navy when Tado's already depleted the vast majority of the fish over here. Tado's just been taking advantage of all of this for such a long time. He's got 7 extra hours of gather economy time compared to Zito. And we'll take a look at how many extra resources that's going to equate to once the game is over. But it's looking rough for Zito, guys. He doesn't even have population to keep on going for more units. So he's gonna finish researching war galleys over here and won't be able to get any units out, actually. Yeah. Tado's cleaning this up. There is a lot of ground to cover for Tado, yes. But he's got momentum over here. Zito tries to play just for military to defend himself with. He's never going to catch up in economy. If he tries to play for economy, he's going to struggle to get enough military units out to defend on time. And now Tado's going to get the castle up in the north, sending a bunch of halberdier already up the north as well. So many extra land units compared to what Zito's got to play with over here. What is Zito doing with all that gold? He's got hand cannoneer right now. Bombard cannon's coming out. The hand cannoneer going to work definitely against the halberdier. Tado probably doesn't mind too much. Of course, these units at 25% discount are pretty cheap for him. If he ever manages to close the gap against the hand cannoneer and take some down, that's still going to be worth it for him anyway. Here are the war galleys from Tado. Not even galleon right now. And skirmishers on the way. Tado's going for a full trash army. He does have gold miners, and very soon he's going to have access to the gold over here as well, once again. So we'll see. And there we go. TC goes down. Tado gets access to the center gold. Once again. Left hand side. Archer ranges. Siege workshops coming up. And we have the hand cannoneer once again. Zito doesn't seem to be paying attention to his units at all times. So he does end up taking a little bit of free damage over there. And now with the skirmishers coming out, of course, hand cannoneer alone are not going to cut it anymore. Archer's coming in for Zito. Meanwhile on the right hand side. Tado's pushing out. He's pushing Zito away from the center. Coming in with the trebuchets. Coming in with the ram. Halberdier. And Zito's just going to go on and call it GG, guys. As Tado dominated the series. We are 2 hours into the stream. And Tado ends up getting the best of 7 series over here with a final score of 4-1. He is unstoppable, guys. The steamroller over here, the machine. Robert will move on then to the tournament's grand final with 1 win under his belt already from coming into the final from the winners bracket. As Zito still gets knocked down. He's not out of the tournament yet. He's not out of the tournament, so he can go down still, win the lower brackets final, and then move on to fight Tado again. The tournament's going to continue going up until the 18th at most. However, because of the Grand Melee, I think we're probably going to have the series happen before that, most likely. Let's take a look at the achievements. There we go. We have a bit of KD for Zito. In the end, it's going to be about 9 to 8. A little bit better than that. Didn't matter? No. And this is what I wanted to see. 17,000 extra resources from the hours upon extra hours of gather economy time for Tado that he had over Zito. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, society. Looking better for Tado as well for the vast majority of the game. There we go. And that's going to be about it. Let's go back.